Hello, I'm Rida Fakhri in Washington with the main stories on Al Jazeera. A UN report has found both Israel and Palestinian groups were guilty of war crimes and possibly crimes against humanity in the war on Gaza earlier this year. Judge Richard Goldstone, head of the UN fact-finding mission on the Gaza conflict, said Israel's offensive was, quote, a deliberate, disproportionate attack designed to punish, humiliate and terrorize a civilian population. The report also criticized the bombing by Hamas of residential areas in southern Israel. The U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Admiral Mike Mullen has told politicians more forces will probably be needed in Afghanistan if the Taliban is to be overcome. He said the Taliban knows the country, knows how to fight, and had studied U.S. troops. He also said that the threat posed by the lack of good governance and corruption in the country was just as great as the threat posed by the Taliban. An Iraqi journalist who was jailed for throwing his shoes at former President George Bush says he was tortured by senior government officials. The U.S. State Department says it's taking the accusations seriously. Muntadhar al-Zaidi's outburst happened during a news conference held by the former U.S. leader last December. There are reports that he's now going to Europe to undergo medical treatment. Nigeria's main rebel group says it's extending a 2-month-old truce in the oil-producing Niger Delta by 30 days. The movement for the emancipation of the Niger Delta originally declared a 60-day truce in July. Nigeria recently announced an amnesty for armed gangs fighting the military and attacking the oil industry. The U.S. and Colombia have voiced concern over Venezuela's plan to buy $2 billion worth of weapons from Russia. South American foreign and defense ministers meeting in Ecuador claim that Venezuela's deal is fueling a potential arms race in South America. Colombia has given the U.S. more access to military bases to tackle drug trafficking. People in Cuba could soon get full internet access. According to media reports, Cuba's communications minister has signed a resolution to provide internet access in selected state-run post offices across the country. Up until now, Cuba's postal service had offered a national intranet service for government-approved sites. And those are the headlines here on Al Jazeera. Don't forget there's more on our website, aljazeera.net/English.